Hello, this is an instructional video for the new Derby Arts and Theatre Association website that went live on the 1st of September 2018. Ahead of the new version of the website going live, we announced that we would no longer be sending out every month by email copies of the listings of future events in the Data Diary in Word and PDF format for members to include in their programs. And the reason for that is because you can now obtain those listings from the website. This instructional video will show you how. I'm on the home page of the website at the minute, and the first thing that I need to do is navigate to the events page, which I can do by clicking on this events link in the top left hand corner of all the pages. And here's the full events listing of future events. The listing is not in the format that you might be familiar with from the old Word documents that we used to send out every month. That's because it's tailored towards display online rather than in printed programs. The first place I need to go to obtain a listing for inclusion in a printed program is this grey box here. And it says in there, under the terms of the diary scheme, membership of Data requires that member societies list events in the Data Diary in their programs. And then there's a link which says, click here to create a printable event listing for inclusion in programs. I'll now click on that link. And this dialog appears. It says at the top of this dialog, click on copy listing and then paste the listing into Word or an alternative application of your choice. The video embedded directly below explains how to do this. We're having a moment here, a bit like watching a man painting a picture of a man painting a picture of a man painting a picture, because that video embedded directly below is actually the video you're watching now. But I just want to highlight that it's there close to where you need to do this should you wish to refer back to it at any time. The future events listing is included below, and the format now we can see is the more familiar tabular format that we've always used in the Word documents aimed at inclusion in printed programs. I'll click on the copy listing button as the message at the top of the dialog told me to, and I get this message pops up: event listing copied, now paste it into Word or an alternative. I'll just dismiss that message. Now I'm going to open Word on my PC here, and create a blank document. Now when we were looking previously on the website, it talked about copied and it mentioned pasting into Word or an alternative. It happens that I'm on the home menu in Word. It's the default. Up in the top left hand corner here we can see the paste icon, and if I hover on it for a moment, it also highlights to me that there's a key combination. If I hold down the Control key and the V key at the same time, that will also invoke a paste. If I put the cursor into the document, the blank document, and I click on the right hand mouse button, the menu which appears also includes paste as an option. But for now I'll just click on this icon here, the paste icon top left, and there we are. The listing has been pasted into Word. Now that it's in Word, for those familiar with Word, I can edit it any way I wish before including it in a program. You'll note that we include headers for each of the columns. Let's say I don't want to include those. I can right mouse click in that header row and select delete rows, and it's gone. Similarly, we indicate which year events are in. We're obviously in 2018 now, but if I scroll down a bit further, you'll see that there's an indication of when we cross into 2019. I'm going to decide that I want a one-page listing of the events in the near future. I don't want to include the full listing because I just want to print one page in my program. And so I'm not interested in these year indicators at all. I'll right mouse click in that row and just delete that 2018, and I will go to the top of page 2, click in the row at the top of page 2, press and hold down the Shift key, scroll to the bottom of the listing and click in the bottom row, left hand mouse click this is, and all the rows are highlighted now. That was 2 left hand mouse clicks, start, Shift key and hold, end. If I right mouse click now and select delete rows, I've got my one page listing of the events up to and including the 5th of October. I'm just going to quickly select some text here and use a key combination, which is to hold down Control and C at the same time for a copy. That's for no practical purpose. It'll become clear why I've done that in a moment. Now, back on the website it talked about Word or an alternative. Some of you may use programs similar to Word but not Word itself. I happen to use one called OpenOffice Writer, so I will open that now. Very similar program to Word. So I'm going to put the cursor into the document here in OpenOffice Writer and again do a right hand mouse click, and a bit like Word, paste is available via that route, and paste. Now I haven't got the event listing, and that was because I did a copy back in the Word document, and I did that deliberately because I just want to illustrate to you that you can refresh your copy of the event listing at any time if you find that you've overwritten it by copying something else. I'll just highlight and delete that text, and if I go back to the website, if I click on copy listing again, same message to confirm that I've copied it and I can now paste it into Word or an alternative. I'll dismiss that message, go back to OpenOffice Writer, right mouse click again in the document there and paste, and I've got the event listing again. I won't go through editing this listing in OpenOffice Writer. For anybody that uses that program, you're no doubt familiar with how to edit in that application. So there you are. In future on the New Data website, you can go to the website and you can generate a listing for inclusion in your printed programs at any time. Thank you.